very late, and I just felt I wanted to record this moment in time. I was out at a celebration. It was a wonderful gathering of people that I greatly admire and respect and love. It was got to do with my work, and I'm just really I'm processing the whole thing, because it was just wonderful to be a witness to the power of kindness and support and holding a space for people. And as you may know, I work with people in recovery from addiction, and I also work obviously one-to-one with clients for all kinds of things, all kinds of emotional issues, and people who feel depressed and have anxiety, all kinds of stuff. People come to me with all kinds of issues. Anything that has its roots in energy, and I believe everything has its roots in energy, so I welcome all problems, all issues from people. And I've had tremendous results with that. But working for the past year with people, who've really struggled with addiction has been life-changing. I've learned so much about myself. And I don't drink, I'd never taken drugs, and yet I relate so much to the people that have crossed my path in this work. And I think it's because despair, suicidal, feeling worthless, feeling like your life has no purpose, that is that. It doesn't really matter how you get to that point. It doesn't matter, if you got there through violence or addiction, or maybe you had childhood sexual abuse. That feeling of being at rock bottom it's a very human thing. And when you can relate to that, what does it matter the details of what got you there? If you can relate to that, and you can know how that feels, and you also know how to climb out of that black hole, and you have a passion to share that with someone else, and to actually, reach a hand out and say, come on, let me help you. I know what it's like to be in that darkness. I also know that you can walk in the light, and that you can have a wonderful, happy, powerful life experience again. It's such a gift to be able to share that resonance with another human being. When we get real and drop our walls and actually speak the truth and tell our story, the real story, not the filtered version, not the story that, people would like to hear, but the raw truth of that, there's so much transformation in truth. And it's funny because we resist truth so much in our lives. And yet when we actually drop into it, it creates miracles. I have witnessed miracles many times in my lives. I've been very, very blessed to see that in other people and in myself. But I've really seen and lived and walked through miraculous ground in the last year. I feel like I'm still digesting my life at the moment. My life is, there's just this, I love all of it, you know. I feel like even on the toughest day, and you know, like recently I've had flare up after flare up with my Crohn's. So IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, is no joke. And the symptoms are so painful. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And I got a really bad flare up about 2 days ago. And it was just like all through the night, horrible symptoms, ferocious pain. And yet, you know, I pulled on my black dress, black boots, and then I went to this celebration of the people. Some of the people there I was working with, and I know a lot. I knew a lot of the faces. I knew people there. It's great to see as well. My boss there, which was lovely. And it didn't matter. I was in pain, but it didn't matter. The pain just felt, even though I was in some of the worst, it was a really, really bad flare-up, like bad. But hearing these people's stories and seeing the transformation, I just love transformation. I live for people who were scraped away to nothing and yet found that spark of source inside them and were able to climb up out of that black hole. And yes, we have wonderful support and we help each other, but at the end of the day, you really do have to pull yourself out of the black hole when you're in that despair. And each and every one of these people did that. And it's a testament that anything is possible. That's what I feel that the universe has been telling me lately. I keep getting this theme of limitless, infinite possibility. Anything is possible. Everything is possible. If you can think it, you can live it, you can create it. And I love that boundlessness. I love when things are untethered and unbordered and limitless. I hate cages. I just feel like anything can happen now in my life. I feel like there's the gates that were open are now have been ripped off from their hinges, and they're like, what gates? There's no gates. It's a really, really nice feeling. I had a few days off, which was wonderful. I took my own advice in the last few videos and rested and looked after myself and did the things that nourish me, you know. Lots of time in nature, by the sea, on the beach, going for cliff walks, lots of spiritual practice, healings, meditation, sunshine, sunlight, water, vegetables, whole foods, sex. I feel all the richness of life. And I love that feeling of spring opening up in my body again. And are you feeling this? Are you feeling those little electrical currents, those wiring and firing energies in your brain as the days start to get longer and we experience a change in the sunlight? Now, I know we've had some crazy solar energies. You should look this up. Solar minimum. There's an abbreviation for it. It's something SM. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know the science of this stuff. But the sun was giving off energy that's off the charts, apparently. And the last time it happened was like eons ago. And that's why we all really felt it, and we all felt a bit off kilter and stuff. And it was really kind of weird energy. But I feel like the learning of that, the integration of that time period is actually kind of making sense. And yeah, the sense of, I just have such a drive. I have such a sense of purpose. And I've always had it. But I feel like all the years of carrying my little backpack from place to place, setting up clinics, seeing people, I've always felt like the universe would pull me up by the bootstraps, fling me over to one part of the country. I would live there for a couple of years or a couple of months. I would meet lots of people, have clients, help people, connect with people. And then the universe would say, okay, let's go somewhere new, meet new people, and pull me up again and fling me somewhere else. And this went on for years. I think it's a phenomena within the healing arts. People who are deeply, richly connected to the ethers, to the energies, to the elementals, this thing of being on the move all the time. And it's funny because I always considered myself an old soul and a home bird, but I never really got a chance to make home, even though I would make a wonderful home wherever I was. It would kind of feel like a wasted effort because I would be plucked again and flung somewhere new. And this went on and on and on. But now I feel like that's calming down. There's something changing now. I'm in this new place and I have this wonderful partner, and there's just this lovely nesting starting to happen, and it's just a wonderful feeling. And I wish this for everybody. I hope that you're feeling a sense of purpose and passion and an understanding of your experience. It's like all the hard work, all the striving, all the study, all the, staying up till 4 a.m, trying to understand how to work with energy, talking to my angels, downloads, being knocked, like having to meditate for days on end, and fasting and all these spiritual practices. It all makes sense. I feel like 2019 was a culmination of, it was like tying up of all those loose ends and my life really making sense. And I have to say, I feel very lucky to be part of the work I'm doing, to be part of the community of people that I know. I also feel very lucky for my private clients. I feel we have an incredible rich relationship. And I want to say thank you to you. You know who you are. That is very powerful. And, you know, we are all in this together. We're all walking each other home. Yeah, we are. We're all walking each other home. And it's just lovely to have people to walk with. So thank you for walking with me.